This is the Aldora devlog. Let us begin. Okay, so when it comes towards the game as a whole for today, we can just jump in towards the game. Haha, we're in the game. But realistically, what I've actually been doing for yesterday was working on the assets for Steam and also the main menu. Now, this means that I generally didn't do much in the editor today, and if we go over here and we go in towards Steam assets, I can pull this out and I can show you guys what I've been working on. I did actually post a lot of them onto the Discord, a lot of mock-ups and designs of this. Let's start off with this one, which is, if we go into full screen mode and zoom in a little bit, because it's a header for Steam, it's going to be a lot smaller, but this was my first mock-up of everything. And I was like, oh, okay, this seems okay. It's a bit more cluttered and everything. The next one came in with a bit more of a refined logo and everything. So did all of that. The next one was just a bit more minimalistic again, once again. And then I came onto this one as well. And if we go into everything, there was my primarily sketch of everything. I wanted to keep with the same art style and everything. So I just went to my scrapbook and I started sketching out exactly how I want these things, because I like the hand-drawn aspect to everything. This is just something that I want because I sketch it up, I then trace over it inside of GIMP, i.e. Photoshop, and then I add all of my colors, layers and everything, so it's got that hand-drawn feel. And I've done that with everything pretty much that is a sprite within the game, and I want to keep to that aesthetic. Now, the logos in which I actually went with, if we go in towards my photos, I actually ended up with this one right here. I think this one actually turned out quite lovely. It's a very simple, it's got the Aronian roses on there, because those Aronian roses only grow in Aronia, which is the continent we're in, and also the blue signifying the essence to go inside of that. Aldora, very simple, and I managed to send it to a load of my mates yesterday for some feedback, and they all generally enjoyed and like it very much so. So I'm like, right, we're keeping with this logo right now because that's turning out really nicely. So then I went ahead and I started doing some design work of all of this, like mountains, clouds and everything. There needs to be a bit more done to this. However, we do have some assets pulled in and out of the actual everything, and then build that out right there. The only thing is, I added a nice little glow effect to it. I'm not too sure if that actually works. I would like some feedback on that. Do you prefer the glow or not the glow in general? And this is the backdrop when I add more detail to everything on what I'm actually going to do for the literal world menu. Once I've edited all this stuff, it can go in, and I'm going to add a bit of a parallax effect, so then when you're in the main menu, it actually, animals can walk through and everything. So it's trying to work out how that all works in tandem, and then just keep that all going, so it looks like the main menu is a bit more alive and everything. I managed to do a nice little primary sketch to all of this, Aldora. And overall, we do have the base one over here. If we go into thing, this is the one without all of the reeds and everything, and then you got the one with the roses and everything. I think that the roses one makes it just a bit more together, instead of this one's just a bit bland. So adding the roses really helped with everything. And I just did a double layer and then just erased what I wanted to be on the front and what on the back. Realistically, that is everything I've done. It takes quite a while in order to edit all this stuff up. Within the game for today, I'm going to be making the main menu basically, and then we're going to start adding in all of the functionality, everything like anti-aliasing, FPS, all that random jazz and everything. We're going to have a button set for sounds, like a slider, and mainly due in part to, we're going to have that in the literal game as well to be edited. However, we haven't got the sound system because I have just managed to order the first ambience music for the Arundia region, and then it will go towards the city. So that is what I'm working on right there. Once I've managed to get that, I'll go into depth with the music a bit more in the future. However, I'm doing everything else myself, and I'm not a sound designer, so I managed to find someone that can actually do the music that in which I want pretty much on point as well. So I was very lucky to find that person in order to actually create that music for me. So it's now just a waiting game for that to be done, and then the city one for the city of Erendir. All in all, that is pretty much everything. I would like to know your feedback on all of the logo designs and everything. But to summarise, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.